Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Concealer Fest, and today I'm going to check out the CoverFX Power Play Concealer. This retails for $30 for 0.34 fluid ounces of product. It is currently getting 4.3 out of 5 stars on Ulta's website with 66 reviews. This comes in 30 different shades. I've got the fourth lightest, which is N Light 1, Neutral Light 1, described for fair to light skin with neutral undertones. There are 3 shades lighter than the one I've got, including a pure white, which could be used as a mixer or for a pure white look. And let's check out some of the description. We have vegan and cruelty-free here. Full coverage concealer instantly conceals and blurs imperfections with a naturally radiant finish, providing all-day crease-proof, transfer-proof, and color-true wear. This weightless multi-use formula is available in diverse shades, making it ideal to conceal, contour, and highlight any skin tone. High-performance wear, weightless, full coverage, all the things I just said. Next level pollution defense. Stay away pollution. Fermented algae helps defend against urban pollutants. Fragrance-free, talc-free, paraben-free, mineral oil-free, gluten-free, alkyl sulfate-free, and phthalate-free. That's a lot of frees. So let's take a look at this one, swatched against a few others in my collection. Alrighty, let's swatch. First up is today's concealer, the CoverFX Power Play in shade N Light 1. Second is the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair. Third up, I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer in shade 2 Fair. Fourth is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Vanilla. And last, I've got the Urban Decay Stay Naked in shade 20 NN. For packaging, we have a nice glass bottle and... whoa, what is this crazy contraption? It's not a dough foot, it's like a ball. Interesting. I've got a brush. No, I don't. Where is my brush? Well, let's try this out, shall we? It's kind of large to put in that trough there. Maybe my eyes are just small. I'll start with a dampened little mini sponge. A little product seems to go a very long way. Definitely a radiant finish. I think a ton of product soaked into the sponge though. Coverage is, I would not call this full coverage. I would say it's pretty light, but I think it's because a lot of product is in the sponge. Let's try the brush side. I'm using a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, which is too big for my crease, so I use it for concealer, and it works really well. Yeah, I think there is definitely better coverage using the brush. I think the finish looks a little bit more radiant using a damp sponge than a brush. That might dissipate and go away as everything sort of dries down. But I think this blended out smoothly either way. I do want to try to get the coverage evened out, so I'm just going to do one more dab. Taking a look at this one up close, it's definitely a radiant finish for sure. I'm not sure if that is going to help any of us that have fine lines that we're trying to detract from, but it does help make the under eye area look nice and hydrated, so that is good. I feel like this might have a tendency to move around. It is just barely starting to settle into my one deeper crease under each eye, just a little bit. I will try tapping it out to see if it stays put. Otherwise, I may need to set my under eye, and let's see how this goes. It is 11:43 a.m. I'm going to go put the rest of my face on. I'll be right back. Why is it when I finish my makeup, I always sneeze? Why? Then I'm all sniffly. And I cannot blow my nose because I got makeup on. Okay, good news, bad news on the Cover FX concealer. The good news is it took well to setting. I set it with the CoverGirl True Blend Minerals, which works pretty well when I do have to set my under eye in terms of not making it look cakey. Did not make it look cakey. It looked really nice. Still settling into lines. I've tapped it out a dozen times now, and product just keeps migrating. Maybe that is an issue with having too much product, but as you saw initially on the sponge side, with less product, the coverage was just not there. So maybe it's just not setting down properly on me, but it does continue to move around. That is a bummer. So those deeper lines, I have one right here, and on this eye I have one kind of down by my purple, and then this eye I've just got kind of one major deep line. It keeps settling into it. It's a pretty finish. I like the coverage. Feels comfortable, looks nice and hydrating, does not look dry even after I set it, but it's moving around, settling. So we will see if that continues throughout the day. I'll come back tonight. We will check out how this wore, and I'll give you my final thoughts. 11:16 p.m. Let's check out how the Cover FX Power Play concealer held up. I will say, very comfortable, not drying on my under eye. Everything feels nice. Actually still feels hydrated to the touch. So that is good news for dry skin. If we zoom in and take a look, basically coverage stayed fairly well. You can see where it did settle just a little bit into some lines. I have a little bit showing up in my crow's feet and just a little bit deeply settled into some of my smaller fine lines. It really doesn't look too bad. And overall, generally speaking, it was probably not noticeable at a glance or at a conversational distance. It's not the worst settling into lines. I did tap it out probably a dozen times before I finally was done with my makeup and left the house, but I think it took well to being set with powder. I'm not uncomfortable being seen. Like, I don't think most people would notice the settling. I, of course, wish it didn't settle into lines because I don't have exceptionally deep lines under my eyes. And so if you're dealing with deeper wrinkles, that might be more of a problem. Generally speaking, I feel like it's very comfortable and hydrating. I think it looks very nice. I like the coverage. It's not super full coverage as they describe, but it's close, and I think if I had to give a grade to the Cover FX Power Play Concealer, I'm probably going to go with a high B+. I really like this one. I wish it didn't settle. It's a little finicky in that way. Otherwise, for dry skin, I think it's very nice. There you have it. Another concealer fest in the books. If you'd like to leave me some comments, let me know what concealers you would like me to test out. Let me know down below. I have a spreadsheet with all of my concealers ranked. We're only a couple months into this whole concealer fest thing, so the spreadsheet is growing. I will have this one posted to it very soon if it is not up there already. But let me know what you would like to see, even if it's older concealers that you just want me to get on the books and in the spreadsheet, and I will get to work on that. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.